Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable with Dominic Cicali. Apologize to everybody for being late today, but shit happens, as they say. No, just preparing, getting ready for the show. Want to put out good content. And everybody just go to egvodka.com, our sponsor. Order your EG Vodka. I know some people tried to order it and having some difficulties in getting it, certain states. We're working on a deal right now with the distributor and licensed liquor stores. And we're working on one where it'll be available in 44 states. We'll have a list of all the states to get the vodka. And also we're going to come out with a subscription base for the subscribers, people that watch this channel, where you could sign up to a 6 or 12-month subscription and get your bottle a month, discounted price. We're going to try to give the case pricing. So we'll have everything ready to go. And I have no idea what my tech guy's doing. He's driving me crazy. He's running around switching out cameras here. And I don't know if I'm on live, not, or just the voice. He just said the voice. So sorry about the delays. Now you see why I'm late. So, and he's laughing too. We're still live now, video or no? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. So, but I take the blame for it. That's because I haven't paid him in weeks. So, you know, he's threatening me. He's taking down my video, and I'm just joking. But with that, order your EG Vodka. We're going to have a list, like I said, for subscriber base with the vodka. We're coming out with so many more products. The protein line's almost ready to come out, where we have beginner, intermediate, advanced stages of the protein to help muscle repair, rejuvenation, and just coming out with a lot of different things, a lot of items. We're going to have our health segment. We're just right now getting everything trademarked, just moving forward with the health segment for men, middle-aged men, just to help feel good again, get that youth back into your system where you feel energetic again. So I even know at, 51 years old, not 56, everybody's looking at me. 56 years old, I don't have that stamina I once had, but with our health segment, supplements, eating properly most of the time. I say most of the time for myself because I'm not going to deprive myself if I'm craving something. But we're going to have a lot of good things coming out for you. Looking to do a show 7 days a week, live. Have the roundtable open for open debate, forum, going back and forth, talking about topics, everything. My wife's pointing to Lee like, are you going to be on? Lee's like, hell no, I'm not going with that crazy bastard. Now he's smiling under his shirt. But with that, we're going to change the format up a little bit. Today I put out a preview earlier on the topics we'll be talking about. So I really want to get the comments in, even the negative ones. I like it. I like being challenged with comments that people who think they know it all. So this forum today, we'll talk about John Gotti Jr. once again. So I got a lot of feedback. And what bothers me is when people misquote things and that I attacked. Why am I attacking Angel Gotti? Angel Gotti got involved in my platform that I did with Lee Cole III and James Proctor, which was an excellent show, in my opinion. And it just shows we can put our differences aside, come together. And we're going to be putting out product on for kids, women's rights, sexual harassment, suicides, and a lot more. We're going to be coming out with all different things with that. But she came on my show calling me a rat. How are you going to call me a rat and be negative against people that cooperate when your brother, again, and I have nothing against John Jr., but you're ratted. I have the 302s. There's 5, again, 302s, they're there. That's like, if I had sex with a man, I'm gay. I can't take it back. He sat with the government and gave information. You can't take it back. You're a rat. Case closed. You destroyed the Gotti's name. So Angel Gotti, please act more like a lady, act more like your sister Victoria, and stay out of my business, because this, I'm not going to go back and forth. So people, when you get your stories, when you say something, make sure you're accurate. She came at me. I'm not attacking anybody, but I will defend myself. And if somebody wants to say anything, I'm going at them. And for all you guys in the Bronx sitting in the social clubs, because trust me, I have a lot of people that contact me, tell me what's going on in my neighborhood. All you guys want to sip your espressos with your pinky rings on, wear your outfits, profile like you're mafioso. Clean your house first, because you have the likes of John Gotti Jr., Johnny A-Light, and there's a lot more who ratted on people, put people away for life. Not John Jr., the other guy, but John Jr. ratted. And yet you're befriending them. You hang out with them. You break bread with them. But then you want to say things about me that I'm a rat, I'm no good. You're a hypocrite, and you're a lot worse than me being a rat. At least in my day, if that was me, these guys couldn't be in the neighborhoods, couldn't be around, would not be around me, period. It's either one way, that's it, one way when I was in that life. So before you say anything, you want to sip your coffee, look in your mirror, look at yourself, because what you're doing is a disgrace. So also, again, I reached out to, I did a story with Joe Barone. I had some things to say about him regarding him talking about on an interview that an FBI told him to kill and do this, and that's all lies. FBI agents will never do that, never tell you to kill. You know, they would tell you, if you know there's a situation, don't go. If you feel you're going to be threatened, don't go, avoid it. But if you're forced, somebody's at your door, they break in your house, you have to defend yourself. That's what they would tell you. But they would tell you, if you know something's happened, don't go, avoid it, come in. So that's the truth what the FBI tells you, not gives you the okay to kill. So, and I reached out to Joe because I heard he was upset the way I spoke, what I said. And I didn't even expose him with everything. Did not expose him with everything. I was really kind with him. But I'm calling it the way it is. He was around me on the streets. I know his character. And till this day, I love Joe. We had many laughs. We had a lot of fun together. Kicking it back and forth, just joking, eating dinner, breaking bread. And so I don't dislike him. And even though he told the government lies against me, saying that I told him I killed Frank Santoro for Vinny. Not true. I never told him that. Never told anybody that. That's not Dominic Cicali's character. But he told the government that, to, I guess, to get into good favor and, you know, enhance his position, whatever the case may be with the government. But I invited him to come on to the show. Gave him my phone number. And again, Joe, I know you're watching. Come on the show. We can have a healthy debate. We could argue back and forth. But you know I still love you. And I say that kindly because, again, just like Vinny, Joe did me wrong. I didn't do him wrong. And at the end of the day, we all did what we did. We chose different paths. But, you know, it's not, to me, things aren't that serious when I look back. And we can have a healthy debate, bring him on the Mafia Roundtable. And Joe's very comical. People, you'll see his character, the way he acts. I mean, just thinking back, he would just make some of the things he does, you can't help but laugh. Very personable guy. But, you know, he chose his words, and I'll call it the way it is. If I see he's lying, I'm going to call him out. If he sees I'm lying, call me out. I'm okay with it. You know, it's okay to make mistakes, to recollect and maybe make a mistake. And if I ever do that and somebody calls me out, I'll correct myself because I'm straight. You're not going to get anybody straighter as far as to tell it the way it is. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's no big deal. That's a real man, when a man commit they're wrong and apologize and, you know, and really look at people and say, you know what, it was my bad. Sorry. Because nobody in life is perfect. Nobody. So with that, Joe, I know you're watching. Give me a call. You have my number. And like I said, you know, there's a lot of love there with us. You know, I would never put you in harm's way in any way, shape, or form. So definitely give me a call. We'll have something real interesting to tell the people and get out there. And I'd definitely love to have you part of my team. especially your personality. Maybe you get the guitar and start playing songs. And you could sing too. He's a funny bastard, but enough for that. And another topic we'll talk about also, and I would like this open discussion, transgender. You know, people, it's okay. People make their choices in life, their decisions. And if somebody wants to, from a man become a woman, woman become a man, that's their prerogative. You have to respect that. You can't knock it because that's what's going to make them happy. The only thing I do disagree with is the fact, just the anatomy of a body, of a male. And what I do disagree is, so say you get somebody in college, they're transgender, from being a male, they have the sex change, now they're female anatomy, somewhat. Not totally, I'm not looking to insult females. But they're taking the hormone shots, they did whatever they had to do, they're transgender now. For them to compete in the curricular sports program, on the college level, even a professional level, is totally unfair to natural women. Reason being, they still have a male anatomy. They still have the male structure, the strength. Maybe not full strength as somebody like myself, but it's still a man. It's still a boy, whatever the case may be. You still have that strength. Look, and if I'm correct, I could be wrong. I think it was a year or two ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, where that did happen. And this transgender, I think it was in swimming. And the person broke all records right out of the gate. Every record was like record after record being broken. Winning right out the gate. So come on, if that doesn't show you, and that's not fair to the natural women out there. So with that, I think I'm not toning it down. Stop. I know, I love you.
I was going to say, because you reached, why you went on the topic, because somebody reached out to you.
Yes, thank you. I'm on the topic because somebody did reach out to me. They mentioned it, and so I'm bringing it to light. And again, there's nothing wrong. It's their choice. I don't instill, what they do, what people do with their life. It's their business. I decide to rat. That's my business. So you have people that say, rat, Dominic, you did the best thing. I have childhood friends reaching out to me. Dom, you did the best thing in life. You didn't deserve it. The way they treated you, loyalty is a two-way street, not one-way, two-way. They screwed me first on multi-levels, but I make no excuses, like I always say. These are just things I want to bring out so people know. So with the transgender issue, that's my feelings on it. That's my opinion. So I hope everybody respects it and understands it. And I definitely think with the sports, especially on those levels, they shouldn't be allowed to engage in sports activities because it still is a man's anatomy, and they're definitely stronger than a natural woman. So with that, also I had some people that emailed me or even on Instagram. They hit me up with some questions, so I typed some out, I printed some out. Maddie, could you read a few to me? And then we'll go into the live question and answers. Or you know what, we'll save that for the end, or whenever there's a lull. How are we looking with the responses?
We got a few. Yeah.
Ready for some questions? A few, you're shaking your head. Okay,
I actually wanted to follow up for something quickly. When you were saying about keeping it real with other people that are talking, what do you feel, or I'm curious, I don't know if the rest of the audience or followers are, with following people who do write or talk about the mafia life, mob life, whatever way you want to put it, how many of them, in your opinion, embellish a lot, and why do you feel they do? Without naming names.
Well, I'm not going to say how many, but people tend to embellish in life. Just to enhance their positions a lot of times, to make themselves feel good, to make themselves feel important, to make their stories sound better. I've always frowned upon that because the way I was groomed and brought up, and that's another thing, please, groomed and brought up, remind me after that, so I don't want to forget what I have to say. I was brought up, if you embellish, that could cost somebody their life. So I always chose my words carefully, especially when I had to relay a message, when I had to talk about myself or talk about an incident, something that happened. Because in that life, it could end somebody's life real quick with just a small twist of the words. So I always frowned upon that. I was always told there's three sides to the story: yours, mine, and you'll find the truth in the middle. So with that, there's a lot of it that does go on with the embellishing, and is what it is. But I'll tell you here, I'll call people out. I'll tell it the way it is, and I could do it respectfully. And if they don't like it, they're gonna call me a piece of shit or wow, then it's true then, because any real man will admit when they're wrong. Okay, you know what, my bad. It's no big deal to be wrong, folks. And if I embellish, if I say something out of line, it's no big deal. I'm not in the life anymore, but I still live by my certain codes. And going back to grooming, I've read some articles, I'm getting a lot of comments, and I'll just tell you this. Two people at this time I'm not going to talk about or go into any detail, and I know history starting from the beginning. One, Ernie Muscarello, and Quiet Dom. Not talking about them, not going to. Nobody knows about them. People keep asking me about their history coming up. That's for a much later date. Out of respect I have for them, the love I have for them till this day. I'll wait probably more so till their demise, till God decides to take them, hopefully of natural causes. Hopefully they'll live another 20, 30 years. But I'm giving them that respect. They deserve it. They're beyond the two of them. They just have the utmost respect from me there, where I'm not going to say anything at this time unless something happens drastically. But I owe it to them, still love them, especially Ernie. That was my father, always had my back. So the love I have for you, hope you respect that, and that's it. That's all I have to say with that. So people, you're going to have to wait many, many years. Ernie, I hope you live forever. So with that, love you. Okay, questions. Let's go.
All right, so the first thing is John Lamb gave a super chat contribution.
Okay,
so
thank you, John.
no question there.
No, thank you, John. It's greatly appreciated. Wilfredo, you can get paid today. Now we'll have video constantly.
Keep it working. All right, the Mako said, hey, Dom, did you abuse Joe Barone voice? I remember he spoke like Mickey Mouse, very high-pitched voice.
Did I abuse Joe? No, I love Joe. I loved hanging out with him. Pitched, high pitch? Nah, I don't. Yeah, everybody has a different voice, myself included. It's unique. But Joe's sharp. Joe's nobody's fool. He knew how to move around. And I think most of his paranoia came now that I look back, because now I could be a Monday morning quarterback because I know the scenario. He was working with the government, so that's why he was always paranoid, always cautious, always like shaky in a lot of ways. And now I know why he was. Nah.
All right, this question is from Hamilton. If contraband is brought into a prison by a guard to a prisoner and is found out, who takes the heat?
Oh, the guard will get most of the heat. But nowadays what they're doing is they're bringing in cigarettes. Cigarettes, even though it's contraband in a prison. I know one cigarette, and I'm going back maybe, since 2012, 2010. One cigarette, you could get $20, $30 for a cigarette. And what they'll do, they'll take all the tobacco out. They'll get the wrapping from a toilet paper, that paper. They take it, they split it like a rolling paper. And out of that one cigarette, they might get 3 or 4 little cigarettes they roll up, and then they would sell it for $10. But the cops would more than likely bring in tobacco because it's legal, and especially if they smoke, and then they hook up with a certain inmate. So that's nowadays, but the drugs usually come in from the visiting room and other ways, bringing it into the prisons. So usually the visitors bring it in. Next question. Okay.
One never knows, Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you? Hope you're doing well.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a question off topic. I was wondering, when you're in solitary confinement, do you at least get to read books? And how do you keep your mind active and stay positive?
Good question, Bella. You know what? In prison, especially when you're in solitary, I would say the first 3 days are the most difficult because you don't have a routine. Once you get a routine, my days were going by so fast. I mean, and it's weird. It's sick that I'm saying this. People saying, you crazy? Your days go by fast. You don't even have enough time in your day. So when you go to solitary, first thing I would do, I ask for cleaning materials so I could clean the cell out. And then with that, books. Get the orderly, bring me books, writing paper. And then you just get into a routine. You wake up in the morning, get your workouts in, you do your little shower, you go out to the rec, come back in, it's lunchtime. You have your lunch, take a little nap, put your headsets on, read a book. You read, do some more push-ups, talk on the vents to your neighbors, talk some shit, get up, go to sleep, eat. I mean, it goes by so quick. So it's all about routines. Once you have a routine in prison, your days go by quick.
I have the cleaning supplies in the cabinet underneath the sink.
Okay. Oh, I know you are. And trust me, you have no idea what I go through.
So from Anthony Spina, do you know what happened to Ralph Tarantino?
Anthony Spina?
Yeah, from Anthony Spina.
Oh, I wonder if it's... he would have said something. Ralph Tarantino. No, I don't know. If you do know, Ant, please hit me up, let me know. Last time I was with Ralph Tarantino, we had just robbed Michael Sullivan, my old partner. Took out Matthew Gillick. He was handling the business while Michael was in Florida. Got him for about $20,000. There was maybe about 2 ounces of coke we took. And, we divvied up the money. Ralph was holding the coke, and then he robbed me out of the coke later on. And I never seen him after that. So I have no idea what happened to him. I would like to know. But if you know, please hit me up. Let me know.
All right, so this question or comment is from Gianna Catalona. All right. If he destroyed the Gotti name for not even hurting nobody, what do you think you did to the Sakali name? You don't get the right to point your finger.
I'm not pointing my finger. And thank you. That's a good question. I'm glad and I'm okay with that. Destroyed the Gotti. Once you rat, it doesn't matter how many people went to jail. Doesn't matter. You ratted. You gave information. Because people fail to realize. He'll say, well, I only told them this, that, and the other thing. But you opened up the door for them to investigate. You gave them information. So who knows? You ever hear of things snowballing? From that little BS information you gave, it could have opened up the door for 20 cases. Or maybe them interviewing somebody where somebody else became a cooperator and gave information. So it doesn't matter. Yes, I destroyed the Sakali name, but you know what? I'm here. I rebuilt the Sakali name. I'm here, standing here, helping kids. And that's another comment. Thank you for this. After I'm done, remind me with kids. But yeah, I destroyed the name, but I'm here. I'm not hiding. I don't deny it. I say I take the coward way out, and I'm trying to help kids in a sense to educate them that the streets aren't their friends. It's their enemies. To even their brothers aren't their friends. I was a high-ranking member, second in command after Vinny got locked up. I was right there with Michael, got the approval to kill Michael, so I would have been the top dog in that family. Yet I got taken out by the government, and there was no loyalty shown by me. Zero. And people in the Bronx know that. People in the neighborhood know it. People in the mafia know it. So Gotti did destroy the name. He fought the cases. He didn't testify against anybody. Gotta give him that. Gotta give him his props. I'll call it the way I see it. And he's a man. He's standing up there in New York with his head held up high. I commend him with that. But ratted, you can't take that back. So with that, and then there was a comment about helping kids. People, go on Cosa Nostra News. Ed Scopo did a story on me regarding all the work I did overseas, helping kids, bringing clean drinking water. We went for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Spent, giving kids clean drinking water. Donating the money for fuel after the government didn't pay me. Continued to do so. So I walked the walk in the mafia life. And when I say helping kids, I already walked the walk. I already did my stuff. And I'm going to continue to do my stuff. Lee Cole's on board. James Proctor's on board. And I hope I get more people on board to show we could join together for a better cause. We don't have to talk about mafia. We can make a force. Let's do it. Get together. It's not put our differences aside for an hour, 45 minutes, half hour, whatever the time is. We could do it for a better cause. So, been there, done that. But good comment, thank you. Doesn't matter how you're ratted at the end of the day. Next question.
All right, so this is a question just to prove that we're live from John Lamb. How can this be live when it's obviously they just edited the tape when he was naming so-called rats?
What tape was that? What are you talking about? Anybody edit
Everybody
anything?
live?
No, like we're live.
All right.
I don't know what he's talking about.
We're live. What do you want? The date? Today is June 16, 2023, and I have my phone off. What time is it?
12:34.
12:34. So we are live coming at you. So again, like, are you drinking EG vodka? If you are, we'll send you another bottle. That's it. Buy EG vodka. It even gets your time factors wrong.
And you can also tell him if he wants to know how we can do everything live, he
Okay.
can reach out to us and we can
Yeah, reach out, yes, but everything's live. I don't have, you know what, I've been accused of deleting messages. There's only one message I deleted that was just so abrasive and disrespectful beyond. They started talking about children, stuff like that's the only one I've ever deleted. It was just really disgusting, beyond disgusting. But I would never do that. Other than that, as long as it's respectful, even the stuff that's not respectful, I leave it up. I don't have to hide from anything. Because you want to be a keyboard warrior, go ahead, be a keyboard warrior. I don't give a shit. But go ahead, Maddie.
So you've got a comment, and maybe you should follow up on what grade you finished. Vincent Favorito, or Favorito, just a suggestion. Maybe you should take some of the money you make and hire a tutor to help you with pronouncing big words. You seem to struggle with any words over 8 letters.
Thank you.
LOL.
Well, I apologize to my audience. I'm not educated. And, you know, I only have a 10th grade education. So with that, you know, I apologize. I know words are difficult and maybe one day I could learn, but I wasn't as fortunate as you are. So, you know, we're just not all that lucky. But you know what? I'm blessed. My health is there. My family's doing well. I'm in a better place. I'm fortunate enough. I'm successful. I could help people in other countries. So, and again, I apologize that my vocabulary is 8th grade, probably lower. So maybe one day I'll become as educated as you are. Thank you.
It says, "Hey Dom, please stop tapping your big mitts on the table. Every time you do, I think someone's at my door. Love the content."
I'm sorry. I apologize. It's a little hot in here. I think my wife sabotaged my air conditioner today. She wants to see me sweat. Okay, next. That's it. We're done? Okay, go?
No.
Oh, okay. How many people we got on?
3:30.
Okay. Oh, 3:30.
Hey, Don, looking back on your life, do you wish you would have got made into the West Side or the Bananos?
Listen, Monday morning quarterback, and I wish whatever things I had with Ernie never happened, but he was always, like I said, my father figure. Was always there for me, even when he released me from the Genovese. But, you know, he understood my feelings. He respected me as a man, as a father would a child. And I love him for that. He's always had, even when the label of me was a rat, I could go to this man's house, which you'll never see him social. I went right to his house, accepted me in, him and his wife. That's family. So to say, to me, it didn't matter who I was with. I love Vinny too. We've grown to love each other, but we chose separate paths. He chose his path. And it's funny because somebody from the neighborhood mentioned, you know what, if Vinny was out, I'm sure you and the two of you would reconcile, and because I know he loved you dearly. And I'm saying, we probably reconcile, but I would never trust him because I know just in the back of his mind, he would have to kill me. He would have to take me out. I know that. I'm nobody's fool, but it is what it is. But to Monday morning quarterback, I'm not going to do. Somebody needs to come in?
Yeah, you have a special.
Yeah, I know, Carrie. Go ahead. Tell him to come on in. So,
Don, can you bring a knife to a sit down?
you're not supposed to bring any type of... Hey, Carrie, how are you today?
Doing good, Don.
All right, good. Come on, we need you here for controversy. Sit down. Sit down. Sure, he brought food, but not for me. Nice guy.
$25 bagel.
Okay. Anyway, a knife to a sit down. I wouldn't bring any weapons to a sit down. You have people that did. Actually, when I had the thing go on with Blaze, Nicky Santoro was there. He did bring a gun with him. I'm like, Nicky, what are you doing? Well, just in case. I was secure with myself because as long as I'm close quarters with somebody and they see them making a move, I'm going for them. I'm going to go grab the gun from them. And especially I'm not going to have, listen, I'm nobody's fool. Anybody could be taken out at any given time. But I would never have anybody standing behind me. I'm always looking. I always kept my back towards basically the wall. But, I wouldn't do it. I would respect that honor. Unless it depends. I guess it depends on the circumstances and how serious things are. But if that was the case, I wouldn't have to be strapped. I would have 10, 15 people posted out. What I would do, I would have maybe about 10, 15 people posted out that location. And if I know I'm sitting down with Joe Blow and Henry Hen, I would have people at their houses too. And because if things got serious, I would tell them, guys, you can make your move, do what you have to do. I'm in your territory. But I'll tell you what, it's 12 o'clock. If somebody doesn't hear from me by 12:30, you guys are going to have issues on the family front. I already have people there. And that's it, to show them how serious I am. So there's ways to handle things, but, to each his own. You're not supposed to, but I've seen somebody bring a gun. So.
All right, so this is a contribution from FL 2396. Did the Colombos have any crew or activity in the Bronx, or are they the only family without a presence there?
They did have presence there. They had Dennis DeLucia, who had, at the time, Michael Uvino was an associate with him. But Michael Uvino, and I'll go into stories with him, stone cold punk, meaning, and I shouldn't say punk. When I say that, I mean a type of guy, he wasn't a thug, he wouldn't fight. I have stories with him as well. But Dennis had Jimmy McManus with him, Big Jim, big tough Irish guy. I was very close with Jimmy. We did a lot of shit together. And Dennis did have some problems with the Albanians, and Vinny and I, we stuck up for Dennis. We spoke up for Dennis, and they're like, why are you speaking up? Listen, it doesn't matter. We know he's with the Colombos. That's our brother. So Dennis is with us. So Dennis knows we want you to know he has our back. And with that, Dennis, I was very close with Dennis, his wife, his daughter. I mean, great family, loved the guy. So he had my full support, 1,010%. That was their only presence at that time.
Richie Rich, he's got a cute little puppy as his face. If the government didn't have any evidence on you and Vinny, besides Vinny on tape telling Messino, don't you think with good attorneys, you could have beat the case? Vinny boosting, bragging to the boss.
Absolutely, 1,000%. But with those tapes, and I have copies, so stay tuned. I'm not sure if I'm coming out with Patreon, or the exclusives. I really don't know yet. But I have a lot of tapes. I have a lot of 302s information. We have access to so much stuff that I haven't even put tip on the iceberg. But those tapes buried Vinny. Vinny told Joe. Dominic did it. Dominic took care of it. Dominic, Ace. We don't know with Joey Gambini. We don't know this. We don't know that. He says Dominic's running things. Dominic's not backing down. Dominic this. I'm buried. This is my best friend telling all this. I don't know. I felt, we could probably beat the case, but who's kidding who? I'm going to fight a case. If they offered me 20 years, I'm going to fight a case and look at a life sentence. That's a lot to weigh, especially Vinny on tape telling the boss, I killed him. So that in itself buried it. If Vinny altogether followed his own words, keeps his mouth shut, period. Remember, folks, these 2 homicides that Vinny's caught on 2 different tapes talking about, they were unsanctioned. The boss did not know about it. We did it ourselves. Vinny doesn't say, number one, that in itself could get you killed. The boss could kill you just for that alone. You did an unsanctioned hit. Vinny's supposed to keep his mouth shut, not say anything. Vinny has over 12 bodies under his belt, all unsanctioned. They didn't tell Joe about any of those 12. So he keeps his mouth shut. We never even get arrested. They have 0 evidence against us. 0. So it is what it is.
David Price. Where, and I'm reading it as he says, as he wrote it, where you ever do those pump and dump scams, the Messino biography on the Discovery Channel said the Bonanos were big into those in the 90s.
Yes, they were. I know. I was never involved in that. I'm involved in stocks, the market. I know the trends with the market pretty well versed as far as when to sell, when to buy. I taken my lumps over the years, but I've also made a lot of money. No, I think that was, if I'm right, Frankie Copa or Frankie Lino, but I think it was Frankie Copa that had that with the stock, the brokerage firms, with the, with the Bananas pump and dump, and that was tremendous. They made a ton of money with that. Next question.
All right, the next question is from White Tuna. Dom, what happens if you ask the boss for someone's head and you don't get the okay? Does that guy find out?
It depends. It depends on the boss. I'll give you, for instance, Vinny asked for Patty DiFilippo's head. He asked Joe. Joe said, no, can't do it. Patty's a captain. What's the reason? Vinny gave him his reasoning. He'll come out. It'll be in another story later time. Joe said no. What did Vinny do? Dom. I asked Joe. Joe said no. We're still killing this motherfucker. Those were Vinny's words. We're still going to kill him. We'll wait 2 or 3 years, then sneak him. And he said, Dom, if I wind up in jail, give me your word you're going to take him out. That's how adamant Vinny was. And I told him, absolutely, he's gone. He said, Dom, you could act right away with that. They'll never know it came from you. You got it, pal. And that was our code, our bond. Go ahead, Kerry. I see you smiling. You're dying to get in.
Yeah, this is from Joey B. So this is a little different. Minneapolis police today were found guilty by the DOJ in the George Floyd murder.
Okay.
So what's your opinion of that? You think the police excessive force? What are you thinking of this?
Well, I'm not really familiar with that story. You hit me out of left field. There's so many things that go on.
George Floyd was the one that the police beat on the side of the car, excessively cried for his mother, and it was all over the news. And I think that's why...
Was he handcuffed?
Yes.
Also?
Yes.
I think that's disgusting. Reason being, listen, the police have a hard job as it is. However, their actions make it that much more difficult, their job. You have a lot of bad ones. You have a lot of good ones. And I know that's... I'm going both ways. But if they would be more respectful to people instead of feeling like, I'm a cop, I'm above the law, I'm this, I'm that, and speak to people properly. I think it would go a long way, especially in today's society. And I think that's disgusting. That's a strong abuse of power, especially you already have somebody cuffed on the floor and you're just going to beat them. I think those people should get life in prison, should never come home. And the city needs to do an assessment of their entire police force, do an evaluation, do progress, do real ones, not fake ones where you put shit out there. Oh, we did this. Meanwhile, it's basically a hand job they're giving people. They do deserve life sentences. If those are the facts, what happened. And don't take it out on all police. All police aren't that way. But there should be constant review policies of all police departments going over, because it is a stressful job. And if you do see somebody stressed or borderline, give them a leave of absence, get them help. And, to make this a better place. And police out there, just be kinder with your words. Instead of coming up to somebody, hey, license and registration. Good morning. Sorry I had to stop you. Do you mind showing me your license and registration? Right there, you're coming out kind. You're not putting somebody on the defensive. You're like, oh, wow, good morning. Oh, well, good morning to you, officer. Thank you. Okay. Officer, you mind if I reach in the glove compartment? And then take it from there. But it's about communication. Thanks.
All right, so we have a contribution question from FL 2396.
Thanks,
I know of an Italian neighborhoods in the Bronx, such as Country Club, Throgs Neck, Pelham, Arthur Avenue. Any other Italian neighborhoods with Italian mob presence in the borough?
They say Morris Park?
No.
You have Morris Park. Fordham Road, very little. You have an Italian presence there. Bronx. You have Tremont. I don't know if you said Tremont Avenue. That's Throgs Neck. Pelham Bay. Yeah, that's basically Morris Park. Where else? That's basically the stronghold. I'm sure on the outskirts you have a few different things going on. But those are the stronghold areas.
This one's from Scotty. Dom, we know you're a big basketball fan.
Yeah.
What do you think of the suspension today for Jay Morat, the guard for the Grizzlies? 25 games.
Who got caught with the gun again for the second time?
Yes, that one.
Guy's a moron. Hate to say it. You're a basketball player. Play ball. Stop trying to be a gangbanger or a thug or somebody cool branding a gun. And you're lucky it's only 25 games. It wasn't the whole season. Stop. Like, I think it was Charles Barkley. Idiot. These are Barkley's words. You're an idiot. $100 million a year or $100 million, whatever you're getting. Play ball. Play ball. Stop trying to be a thug, brandishing a gun. You idiot. You moron. Go hire security. Have them walk around with pistols. Stupid. So you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. Check yourself. Look in the mirror. Go get counseling. Go definitely get counseling. You have the world by the balls, kid. Take advantage of it, because very few get the opportunity you were given.
Dom, what do you actually do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I drive my wife crazy. Actually, she drives me crazy. She keeps me in check. She breaks my cojones every single day from morning, noon to night. I walk on eggshells. But I do a lot of different things. So from with the vodka company, we have construction, investing in properties. So I was doing water projects. We're getting in telemed platforms. So I try to keep myself busy, occupied my mind going. We have a lot of things going on for future endeavors. We're coming out with a men's hair product. Just a ton of different things in the work. I like staying busy, taking a whole bunch of businesses and trying to get them off the ground. Some of them are successful, some of them aren't. Right now I'm really struggling. They're about to evict me from my house because my wife, she spends everything. She goes out there shopping. No, I'm just joking. She's great in that sense. Oh my God. If I buy another shirt, hey, all the shirts, you need to throw something out. I'm like, oh, leave me alone. I like the shirt. But nah, she's a great woman as far as holding me down, keeping me focused. And every single day I get reality checks that I don't like, but, that's out of love. So.
Guys, can you record that part, please? So I
Oh
can
my
keep
God,
replaying it?
why?
I appreciate it.
Alice, bang zoom, Alice. For those of you who know who that is. Good. Alice. That's it? We're done?
No.
Kerry, you're quiet? Since when?
Let's go back to the basketball.
Dom,
Okay, go ahead.
Dom, have you had any dealings with Donnie Brasco?
No, I didn't. That was way before my time. But since they're looking for questions to ask me, we'll go back to the fight with the Gotti and Mayweather. John Jr. III. Again, it seems like you're a good fighter. You have to learn. Go to anger management, because if you can't banter back and forth, my wife is tilting her head like, you should go to anger management. I see her out of the corner of my eye. She's like my puppy that goes, yeah, she's tilting her head. And I'm not comparing to a dog, so let's not go there. So I know I'll get those comments. But looks like you have so much talent. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. They called the fight. Okay, going back and forth, you were heated. For you to go around that referee and start throwing punches again, that's really, you're a professional. You shouldn't act that way. Act like a professional. You have to have thicker skin. I'm sure your father has got on you big time with that. But you have a lot of talent. You could go somewhere in life. Just, be a professional about it. And Mayweather, I got to give him kudos. He's just, he's a great fighter. You can't take that away from the man. Undefeated. So for years, 27 years, got to give him that. Best in history.
Sean, thanks for your contribution. Why do you blame other people's for being broke? Okay. Question.
Okay.
Why blame others for you not saving any money?
Okay, so what are we talking about, Sean? Because if you're discussing about me being locked up when I first got arrested, I did have money, I had assets, I didn't have hard cash. I told Vinny, help me liquidate my assets. There's $10 million there. They liquidated them, all right? They kept everything. So how could you say I'm not blaming anybody when I'm saying they robbed me? Loyalty's a two-way street. So, your comment, I was never broke. Just they robbed me. That's how I became broke. They took everything from me. My brothers.
John, thanks for your contribution. Hi, Dom. Did you know Jerry Chill?
Jerry Chili, yes, I did. You'll hear stories about him too. Funny older man. Really nice guy. And I'll go into stories about the places he gave me to go visit in the city. I walk in, I'm like, oh my God, the women that are here. And they knew the spots were like brothels where you didn't even know it. In the center of Manhattan, hotels or restaurant, just ridiculous. I mean, they were a fountain of knowledge. And I would love, you'll hear those stories. They'll be coming soon.
All right, 3 truth. Hey, Dom, will street guys, quote unquote, look the other way and accept a transgender female to male boss or capo if that individual bringing in large amounts of money?
Probably nowadays, it's sad to say, yeah. No, all joking aside, money talks. Money talks. If you're talking large amounts, I got 90% of these guys out there. You know what? I'll give you an analogy. I'm going to say, yes, they would. The transgender is bringing in tens of millions of dollars a year. And they're Italian, they'll make them in the family. They'll make some excuse to bring them in. Reason why I say that, you have rats out there, people my caliber, rats. working with the mob guys again, giving them money. So it's okay. So if they're allowing that, why not allow a transgender? So it's same thing, basically. And money talks. Money talks, especially with these guys. Of course, most of them are just brokesters. They can't rub two nickels together. Look at Michael. You know, I heard he took the war chest money, which was supposed to be for guys in jail, somebody coming home to help somebody out, from $100 a month, $300 a month a member, and then you see him with new chiclets. You know, again, he looks like the Dentine dog. The teeth are this big, and he's smiling. He wants to be Vinny so bad, but he can never be Vinny.
All right. So the truth asked Dom, please say ventilator.
Ventilator. Ventilator. Ventilator? Ventilator.
Anthony's saying
Did I say it okay? Is it all right?
Yeah,
Proper?
say it quickly.
Ventilator. Ventilator.
It depends where, it depends where you come from. I'm from New York.
Listen, I say huge. My wife is no, it's huge. Same thing. So go have a cup of coffee.
What
Kathy.
borough you come from, exactly.
Don't shake your head. Don't do that.
all right, I got
I
the
will kill your pug.
You won't. Lee Cole is saying that Gene is going to be working with John Alite. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, hey Lee, how are you? Hope all's well.
No, this isn't from him. This is someone saying Anthony. Anthony is saying that Lee Cole was saying on his show that Gene is going to be working with John Alite.
Yeah, John Alite's my friend. I have nothing against John Alite. That's that's still my boy. We haven't been in contact like we should, but I respect the guy. He's out there. He's trying, doing his thing. People sometimes hold people different expectations. I like the guy, and he doesn't have to call me up every day, support me. I know I could always pick up the phone. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Bounce things off of him if I needed to, and he could do the same with me. But I'm okay. I just want the best for Gene. If he goes back there, whatever fits him, whatever he likes to do, he's always welcome to come here. He could go there. He has, he doesn't need my blessing. And we're all a family. We could do things together. I'm good with everything. So I just want people's success and wish them all the best.
Rashad Woodside, any Andrew DeSimone and Joe Lombrano stories?
Andrew DeSimone, or Andrew, right? DeSimone? Lobrano. An Andrew DeSimone, I don't recall. Joey Lobrano, we really never ran into each other. Just, I know most of the girls I went to go date, whether either it's an ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, we had basically the same taste in women out there. And I don't have anything bad to say about him other than he should have taken out Michael Knowles when Michael Knowles disrespected him really bad. But to each his own. I don't knock it. That's what I would have done. And but he chose a different path. So everybody's different.
Ziggy Twax said, the way Dom carries himself dealing with all these stupid comments is something everyone should take notes on. People commenting on his speech, Dom, you play it cool. Respect.
Thank you, Ziggy. I appreciate it. You know what, Ziggy? People are entitled to say what they want. If they want to be cruel, let them be cruel. I could handle it. Trust me. I have big shoulders. Just bring it on. I'm okay with it. If that's what makes them feel better and make them puff their chest out where they're like, I have a good day because I spoke about a guy who can't pronounce a word properly or has a very limited education that he can't say an 8-letter word. Let them say it. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm capable of. I know my vocabulary and how articulate I can be at times. So if that makes them feel good, that they could get off the internet and then walk like, I told him, that they feel better, God bless. I made your day, and I'm glad I did so.
All right, Devin Jones, I've heard you mention Fat Cat Nicholas in past videos. What was your relationship like with him, and how did you guys meet?
Fat Cat Nicholas, I think you have me confused with somebody else. I've heard of a fat cat, but that's when I was in prison There was a black guy out of, I think, New York, out of the Bronx. But I don't think I spoke about fat cats. I really don't recall. So if you could refresh my memory to a video or something, please do so. Next.
The truth. Dom. I guess he meant to write if, or forgot the letter, or forgot
That's
the word
right.
if. If they were doing a movie about your life, what would you say would be the big action scene? Some kind of shootout, a bank heist, a hit?
Crying when my grandparents died, when they passed away. That would be an emotional scene. But I don't know. It's a good question. I have a lot of funny things. I haven't really gotten into the murders yet. Don't want to just yet. I'd rather people get to know me first before I start talking about really going into the violence, the gory stuff. So I want them to know me for me before you judge, where you know a person. But I really don't know. I had a lot of things in my life. That's a good question that I would have to really go over. But I'm sure it can be explosive. It could be something good, interesting.
Brooke Nealis says, do you think any more bodies in Lake Mead?
Oh, any more bodies in Lake Mead? Listen, there's bodies all over the place that we don't know about. So I'm sure there is. I'm definitely sure there is. Carrie, you want to hit something? You're too quiet.
All right, here's another question for you while he's looking for a question for you. David's asking, Dom, what year did the Bonanos get back on the commission?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what year. I would say, I'm not sure. I'm not even going to guess.
Frank Volpe. Do you know who was Joe Smash with?
Joe Smash. I don't recall the name off the top of my head. Sounds familiar. So if you give me more of a reference, maybe it'll refresh my memory.
Remy says, have you ever seen the picture of Vinny with the Mexican Southsiders in prison system? My question, does the Italian mafia have an alliance with the Mexican mafia?
Yeah, we have an alliance with everybody. And yes, I did see the photo. Even when I was in prison, I was in Lewisburg. I had relationship with Blood gang members, Crip gang members, Mexican mafias, ABs. I socialized with everybody. I was just because you have men. How can you not? Okay, even guys who are racist. How can't you respect a guy who's a man, who's stone cold killer, stand up, strong, keeps his word, honorable? So all that race, color. Of course, I give Vinny props. I saw him a picture with Supreme. Supreme was my boy. We hung out a lot too in jail, in prison, the prison system. So great guy, said that he's doing life, but he's a man's man. He took his path. He had a chance to cooperate, he didn't cooperate. Good man, gotta give him props with that. So everybody's different.
Florida 2396, thanks for the contribution. Did the Colombos have any cruise activity in the Bronx, or are they the only family without a presence there?
No, we answered that.
Oh,
already.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a little while ago.
That's okay.
We got a couple more questions. They're coming in really fast here, so hold on.
So Jacqueline Moore, don't allow anyone to stop you from speaking with the NYC Italian accent. I live in Harlem and I love the show.
All right, that's Carrie, folks. That's Carrie. Carrie came here, disrupted everything. Doesn't want to just read anything. Smiling, he brings bagels for himself. Typical guy.
That was a wrap-up song.
Oh, wrap-up song?
Listen, you have one.
your
You had someone earlier say, "Can we all step in front of the behind the crew, the camera crew, to step?" In
No,
front of
Lee's
the
shaking his head no.
Not today.
Lee hasn't shaven. It looks like he came out of the Bowery just now with a paper bag and bagels. Carrie with his bagels. Do you have your locks, Carrie? Did you bring your bagels with your locks?
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
You want to ask some of the questions that you had prepped before?
I would like some questions. Otherwise, we could wrap it up.
Pasquale Pontiac, Jr. Dom, did you know that Joey Messino is in Rio Rancho, New Mexico?
That's what somebody said. I think it was said last week. But, until... Joe, if you're watching, hit us up. Go to where? Our website. Lee, where is it?
Oh, it's mafiaroundtable.com. But if you want to email, it's media@mafiaroundtable.com.
My team, I think I have to start giving them like energy drinks before this. I'm the only one who's energized. Lee's I did wake Lee up about 4 o'clock this morning, calling him, and then Kerry hit him up. Hey, I need a house. Get me a house. So I found a house that he had Lee out of the house at 6 o'clock meeting him. Lee, I gotta move. So, but go ahead.
That's not fair. All right.
All right.
All right.
No, it is fair. It is fair because he came here, he disrupted everything, has music playing, dancing the salsa. He has his poor girlfriend sitting in the car. Go ahead. Good.
So MOB said, "Oh my God, why do you guys pick silly questions to read? Like, who cares about sports?" And no, he doesn't know Donnie Brasco is 20 years earlier. Well, just so you know, we pick whatever questions as they come in, and we try to take as many of them. You like good, bad, and different.
Yeah, just give me all. So it just is what it is. Give us a question then instead of knocking the questions.
How do you know about those 12 bodies, assuming you knew before being arrested? And if so, did you ever think about that at the time that it was sounded off?
How do I know? Vinny told me himself. He had 12 under his belt. That was before Pizzolo. That was after Santoro. So told me himself. I have an idea of some of them who went. We'll go into that later in time. And that's it. Go ahead. I saw the finger.
Yeah, because this one you used to always comment to me. Mob question. Did you say Montreal Crew family gave an envelope every Christmas when Vinny was acting boss? Did it stop while you were still on the street?
No, it didn't stop when I was on the street. Vinny was only acting boss for one Christmas. Actually, he got locked up before that Christmas. That's the last envelope they did provide, from my knowledge. And from Baldo Amato, because we sent Sal the Ironworker up there to go get the money, they gave a $50,000 envelope, and that was the last one after that. That's when they really severed ties. They broke off all communications. Well, I don't know about communications, but they started their own faction up there, which they basically had their own faction, but they were always kicking down to the Bonanos, because they were Bonanos to begin with.
Stunned and scorned and loving it. Are you old enough to remember the Fordham Baldies hanging out on Belmont Avenue?
Belmont Avenue, no. See, because you're not from the Bronx.
What do you, Belmont?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, okay, try reading these questions when they're bouncing up and down.
all right, see what I have to deal with, folks, every day? And I got you didn't see the head bopping.
That's the Latin side.
That's the Latin side. No, but I remember the movie, The Warriors. So, was it The Warriors or the Fordham Baldies? One of them, the gang movies. That was an old movie. No, that was a little before my time.
This is Fraser says, "Hey Dom, you ever hear of two brothers from different families having to hurt one another or even close to it? Love from Belfast."
From different families, no. The only brothers that I'm aware of were the Ciangolinis out of Philly. I did a story on the father, Chicky Ciangolini, Joseph Chicky Ciangolini, where I think Michael, the brother Michael and Joseph, they were on two different factions of the Philly family, and then one got killed. So that's the only thing, the only brother issue that I know of. Next question.
Brooke Nelius, does New York City, NYC, do tours of mob places? They should.
Oh, yeah, no, I think they do. I think they do have a tour bus that goes around all different mob locations. I even saw somebody mentioned about Rayo's. Now you have to, it's like it's open during the daytime, it's commercialized. That, to me, that lost the whole ambiance of the place. But I hear it's like $4,000 for a table. Wow, unbelievable. They really commercialized that place. But when you commercialize something like that, you take away that ambiance, the traditional ambiance. And I was glad at least I got to experience that. Experience, that's an 8-letter word. Is it bigger than an 8-letter word? Wow. Okay, I'm getting better. See, I'm learning. I'm like AI. I get better in time.
Here's a question. Someone just asked, and I lost the question, so I apologize. Paraphrasing, it says, "Hey, would you like to open a New York style pizzeria in Ohio?"
Yes, where we open it. You're going to invest, I'll open it. Actually, we do have people in Ohio, so we can open it. Just hit us up at
media@mafiaroundtable.com.
Carrie.
Carrie's shopping.
I'm reading.
What the?
I'm reading all the questions.
Get-
They're coming in so fast.
But ask. Go ahead. Come on. I want you engaged. Come on, Carrie.
Let's go back to the basketball.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
So
Well,
who's your pick for next season?
my pick for next season.
Think we're gonna have a repeat with Denver? Because you're a basketball fan.
Oh, Denver, dangerous team. Young, athletic, they're dangerous, and they're only going to get better. And I would keep that same core. Don't change anything. Do not mess with perfection. They're going to be dangerous. I think the Lakers are going to be much better coming out. I don't know. We'll see. I think Kyrie, they're looking to get. I think LeBron keeps him under control where he should be. And we'll see. And if AD stays healthy, then they're a solid team. And I think LeBron had issues with his Achilles tendon or his ankle injury. I know he wasn't 100%. So even though Father Time is hitting him, healthy LeBron, healthy KD, if they have Kyrie, they're a dangerous squad as well. So we'll see. We'll see next season. Anything else?
Yeah, we got a question from Mythological Z. It says, "Do you know the Trifaceti associate Michael Napoli?"
No, I don't. Okay. Next question.
Good Times TV, let me ask you something before you signed up to be on the mob. You didn't know that there were any treachery or deceit and all of the bad stuff that comes with it before you decided to do anything? Street.
No, I did know. I did know all the treachery, but I didn't think it would come from my inner circle. Just by the way we conducted ourselves, not using cell phones, not talking in houses, cars, taking the extra precaution, having meetings at 2, 3 in the morning, whether it's snow, rain, shine, sunshine. And to do blatant, stupid things, that's just ridiculous. And the treachery that really bothered me was me being robbed once I'm in jail, taking everything down, stripping me, basically leaving me destitute. And that's where that broke the straw to the camel's back.
Here's a question from Disgruntled. He's also interested in what a native New Yorker has to say about 9/11 in their perspective.
9/11, disgusting. What happened? I was down there that morning. Just missed the plane, hitting the building. Went to Hunts Point, had a massive tile job there. Was on the top of the building at the Hunts Point Meat Market, and saw the second plane hit the second tower. And I felt beautiful building they finally constructed, but they should have put up the Twin Towers back. Maybe a little bit higher, bigger, taller. I would have put them right back up. Same buildings, but modernized and bigger buildings. But it was a disgrace what happened.
Well, because the memorial, because of all the bodies.
Well, even with the memorial, they could have did something between the two buildings. They could have got really creative. But I think it was more of a financial decision for the owners, and everything at the end of the day is a business. But they would have had memorials regardless of how they would have constructed the buildings.
All right, so this is from one of your emails. Did you know John Denty from the Bronx? He was in the Genovese
Joe
family.
Denty. No, I never got a chance to meet Joe, but his daughter Janice Denty, we always at clubs, the after-hour clubs, and it got to the point, we spoke a little bit, we were supposed to take her out, I had a crush on her, and we just never wound up going out. It was weird, like I was so close, but yet so far. But no, I never met him. Next, do you have any more with the
Here's one for you. It says, Dom, what's your diet and workout routine?
My workout routine, it's usually 4 on, 1 off. Right now I'm doing 5 on, 2 off. I switch it up, muscle confusion. Some days I go really, really light, depends on how my body feels. Right now, I have a bad thigh injury. I was on the flat bench with 100-pound dumbbells, and I don't throw the weights or drop them. So I was coming up with the weight to put them on my thigh, and instead of it hitting flat on my thigh, I caught the corner of the dumbbell into my thigh. Really bad bruise where I'm hobbling all over the place. But I still go in, do some chest, arms, shoulders. Today I did shoulders. But as far as eating, I try to eat clean, tuna, salmon, salads. And then, you know, if I want dessert, I'll eat. I'll eat whatever I want to eat, just as long as my weight, you know. I have my wife who monitors my belly. Look at me. That thing is getting big. Yes, dear. Okay. All right. But I'm pretty fortunate. I have pretty good metabolism. So
Here's a contribution question from Mike Singal. Again, it
thank
says,
you, Mike.
Was Vinny on good terms with Alec Ruja, the Albanian?
Yeah, we were. Was he on good terms? They were on good terms with us. Let's get that straight. Even with that said, Vinny wanted to kill them, and I'll go into more so with the story that we had plotted. Joe Messino took that off, and that was also solicitation to murder that I was hit with for 5 of them. We were taking them all out. And that was because of the Lucchese's, them smacking Joe Gambino with the Lucchese's out of his club, and the Lucchese's didn't do anything in the Bronx. And Vinny felt it's a reflection on all of us. But I respected them. Alex I liked, Nicky I liked. The Italian guy, Lenny, didn't like him, thought he was just a piece of garbage, big mouth, not a man. But Alex and Lenny, I really liked them. I got along with them. And so did Vinny.
So you have another offer now for a pizza place in California. So it sounds like you're starting a pizza franchise.
Let's do it. We start up a franchise. I have Joey Gambini, who's my underboss with the Sicali Family Inc. Major restaurateur. I mean, his place phenomenal, beyond, hands down. I mean, unbelievable. You get a slab of meat, it's like you're eating a pterodactyl, like something from the Stone Age. Comes on the plate. Chef, excellent. He's just such a perfectionist. Been doing it his whole life with pizzerias. We could start up a franchise real quick. So if people are interested, let's get together. We do it as a community, part of Sicali Family Inc., lawyer up, do everything above board. Remember, my number one rule, no illegal activity. We could all accumulate wealth together, but definitely interested. And we have the right people on board.
Disgruntled wanted to do a follow-up. He says
Sure.
he hopes you don't mind bringing it up again, but post 9/11, what were some major changes seen around New York City? It says he was born a month later, so I'm curious how things in the city shifted in general after.
City, back in my day, was pretty free. You could do whatever you want, go wherever you want. The only thing I saw was heightened security into buildings. Maybe in the beginning they had some checkpoints where there was more of a police presence. I don't know about nowadays. I was down in the city, I think, when were we there? Back in 2017, 18? Before the pandemic, we spent, went down to Rockefeller Center to see the tree and all that. And really, I didn't feel police presence that was overwhelming. Was anything different from when I was a kid? So I think basically everything's status quo again. It's just, you know what, neighborhoods have changed, and that's it. 42nd Street used to be like prostitution heaven with all the porn. They should definitely, they cleaned that all up. I don't think 15 years old, I had my ID for 18. Yeah, I'd be 18 at that time to drink alcohol in New York. And I got my ID for 18. And it just so happened when I turned, what was it? I was 15. So when I turned 18, made me 21. And when I turned 18, they made it to 21. So I got lucky with that, with my fake ID. But they should have kept 42nd Street as is. They should have made that all landmark stuff and upgraded it.
I don't know if you guys asked this question, but Frank asked, can you tell us about Barney's rise? How did he get his position so young?
Barney's rise, I don't know about the position back then. I heard he was very, very intelligent, around the right people, and that's how you succeed in life. Just being around the right people, rubbing elbows with the right people, and conducting yourself as a man. Nowadays, I know they have him as the boss of the Genovese. He's just the pawn. He's not the boss. He's out there. Genovese are notorious for that, putting buffers out to protect the inner council of their crime family, which is very smart. So, but I heard he's a very sharp guy. Never had the pleasure of meeting him, and wish him the best.
All right, Dina Miko says, "Hey Dom, mobsters have a unique swagger. Do you have any dressing style tips?"
No, now what? Go ahead. You want to answer it?
You know what? I can answer it.
Go ahead.
He definitely. It's about confidence. It really is about confidence. I watch my husband walk into any place, and I see the confidence he has and the attention he gets from both men and women. So what he does love is cologne. He'll spray it on to even go to sleep. And he goes through bottles.
I love my cologne.
Yeah, no, manicures, hair.
Well, it was part of the life, the part of grooming every day, to be on point, to look good. People, even where I'm living, you get a manicure? Yeah, I haven't gotten one in a while, but my nails are still manicured. But I get the clear polish on it. It's just part of, as they say, grooming yourself and looking proper. And that's it. But a lot of times, too, I'm dressed in sweats, casual, unless we go out. My wife gets mad at me all the time. I have rooms, not closets, rooms filled with clothes. And she gets upset. And I'm like, I'm not throwing anything out. No, we'll put it up as memorabilia. We'll sell it.
Yeah, you have shirts in brand new in plastic
But that's
bags.
okay. They can still stay there.
Yeah.
They're custom shirts, and that's it. They were made for me.
The Sit Down Crime History Podcast gave a contribution.
Jeff, thank you.
Hey, guys, keep up the good work.
Thank you. Looking forward to sitting down with you soon. We're going to be doing something. Jeff will be down here from, I think, this month, the 26th to the 29th. We're going to be putting content out together. He has a plan of attack, and let's take it on. Let's do it, brother. Thank you always for your support. Thank you for helping out in the beginning. And I'm here for you, whatever you need. Let's do it. Let's get it started. How many more you want to take? 1 or 2?
Yeah. Let's do
All right, we'll do 2 more.
Yeah. Bella says, wishing your wife and everyone at the Sicali family have a wonderful weekend.
Bella, you too. Everybody have a wonderful weekend also. And I think Monday's also a holiday.
It's a long weekend.
Okay, so everybody have a great Monday. Juneteenth.
Lord.
Everybody have a good Juneteenth.
That's
Okay,
a holiday.
last one.
Yeah.
Last one.
Mike, was Vinny on good terms with Alex?
We said that already.
I asked you.
Yeah.
We said it. Yeah.
I
All right.
You were going to say that.
Everybody, thank you once again for everything. I appreciate it. We're going to be putting out content. Like I said, we're going to try 7 days a week, getting something live. I have to get the camera crew here to set things up, to have everything scheduled. So sometimes I'll probably be by myself. Because there's times throughout the day I just want to get on, start talking and going into mob stuff. So many things pop up, then I forget about it. Old age, Alzheimer's. We have a drug too coming out. Over the counter, all natural. Go ahead, Watley.
Someone reminded you Sunday's Father's Day, too.
Oh, everybody out there, thank you. Everybody have a happy Father's Day. Wish everybody the best. Children, if there's children with fathers, take care of your fathers. You never know when you're going to lose them, when something's going to happen. And wish everybody the best. So, like I said, we're coming out with products to help the memory. We have a whole array, all natural. We have a lot of good things coming out. Also, people, Franchise Wines, go get his wine. Michael and I, we sat down, we spoke. I'm supposed to be getting a few bottles, so I'll let you know how it tastes. But Michael said it's a pretty good wine for the price point and everything. So if he says it, I take his word. Go to Franchise, I think it's Franchise Wines. Just go on his website. Go for his wines. I heard they're really good. We're going to be doing things together, hopefully in the near future. It's be coming soon. And I wish everybody the best. Have a happy Father's Day. Have a happy Juneteenth. And again, egvodka.com will be in 44 states. We're going to have a subscription base, giving discounts to subscribers. And people, please hit the subscribe button, the like button with these videos. So thank you. We're at almost 15,500 subscribers. Wow. All within 4 months. I'm impressed. I'm humbled by it. And I'll just keep on coming out. And we're thinking about a Patreon channel. So I don't know if you guys want that. If you don't want it, do a membership, come out with different content. You tell me. I'm here for you viewers, what you want. Maybe we could stay on YouTube and just do a premium. I have no clue yet, but tell me what you guys want and we'll accommodate. So again, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. Wish everybody the best. Everybody have a good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Peace out. Love y'all. Love y'all.